Hi guys, I'm Kelsey. Our topic for this morning is time management. So my first question is, do any of you have any extra time in the next couple of weeks? No? You neither? Yeah. So you never actually have any extra time, and your time is very valuable. So in talking about time management, we need to be as effective as possible with the time that we have, which happens to be the exact same amount of time as everyone else around you. I get it. Life is crazy. Kids, home life, homeschooling, running multiple businesses, keeping everyone on track, caring for parents, grandparents. Everyone has a million things going on in their lives. But have you ever sat down and looked where your day goes? Looked at how you spend your 24 hours? You know, we have the same 24 hours as every other successful person in this world. The key to their success is how you manage your time. So you could devote a lot of time to your business and you could grow very quickly. Or you could devote a lot of time to your business and not grow quickly at all. This all has to do with how you manage your time. So if you dedicate a lot of unfocused time, you're going to grow frustrated, be defeated, and you're going to give up. Did you know that the only way to fail in this business is to give up? Seriously, think about that for a minute. The only way you can fail in this business is to give up. You just quit. That is it. Otherwise, you're going to succeed because you're going to keep enrolling. People are going to keep enrolling, and your team is going to keep growing. So, in using your time wisely, you need to fill it with income-producing activities. These activities are ones that are going to make your business grow. So, I like to say start by making a schedule. When I sit down at the beginning of the month, I look at my calendar, and obviously, you know, we have birthdays and school things that have to happen. But outside of those, I look at our free time before the month starts, and I schedule my classes. Some people like to schedule their classes weeks at a time or months at a time. Others like to just look at the week. I feel that you need to schedule your time for classes first, and then you need to schedule your work hours. So when I started this business, I was working full-time. We also have another company that we run. I have 2 kids, lots of activities and sports with them. So my time was really not my time. So I had to pick the time I was home and use that time for first family, homework, those kinds of things, making sure that my family was on a schedule. But I also had to develop a schedule for my business. So for some of you, that may look like scheduling in 15-minute blocks of time. Others, you might be blocking out 2 to 3 hours just dedicated to your work. When you block out that time, though, it needs to be dedicated to your work. Scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and doing posts and commenting is not part of your work. Those are not income-producing activities. So you need to look at the time that you have available, even if it's 15 minutes. Set a timer. Go into your office or your dedicated workspace and spend that 15 minutes doing something. I make a list. I sit down, I start the timer, and I make a list. When I start with the top of the list, if it says to make 3 care calls, that's what I'm going to do. But I've got 15 minutes, so I would like to get through all 3 of them if possible. 5 minutes for each person. Let them know I'm thinking about them, touch base, see how I can help, and move on. This isn't an hour calling them to schedule, you know, your touch base for 6 months with them. You're just calling to make sure they know that you care, to check in and see how you can help them. So take a look at a day and find your time. See what's available for your time, and in that time you can message people. You can comment on some of their Facebook posts. You know, when you're looking at Facebook, an important thing to do, you need to think about building relationships. So if you look at someone's post and they're sick, their kid's sick, somebody passed away, somebody's having surgery, comment on those posts. That is not during your work time, however, but comment on those posts and build a relationship with them. Let them know that you care. Don't make it all about the business or all about the money. When you let them know that you care, you're taking a genuine interest in them, and they will take interest into what you're doing. So back to your calendar. If you look at how you spend your time, just sit down and look at your day, even so far today. Look at what you've done with your time. Did you get up, sit, have a cup of coffee, hang out on Facebook, watch the news, watch the start of a show, catch up on something that you videoed from last night? You know, those things are not helping you. You could find an hour, guaranteed, in your routine where you have downtime. So be intentional with your time. Make those care calls. Every 5 minutes that you can find that you're stealing from your day is time you're putting into your business, and you're going to get that time back tenfold coming up. So be intentional with your time. Make your care calls. Follow up with people that you've already talked to. Reach out to new ones. And then be sure you're attending events to meet new people. You know, I get a lot of invitations to leggings parties or neighborhood gatherings, girls' night, ladies' night out, those kinds of things. You need to go. They're not part of your income producing activities, but those things are important for your business. You're networking with different people that you would otherwise have not come in contact with, or maybe people that you haven't seen in a long time. So they could seem like a waste of time. And I'm not saying go and stay for 6 hours, but go, meet the people, get to know them, know what they're doing, and let them know you and know what you're doing. So the easiest way, if you haven't already, is to start. If you're struggling to find people with your business, or you have builders struggling to find people, make a list. Make a list of everyone you know. I read that the average person knows at least 600 people. Once you've made that basic list, as tedious as it may sound, stretch your list. Think of old coworkers, old neighbors, old friends. Think of your service providers, your hairdresser, your dentist. Invite them to classes. Reach out to them. Invite them to have coffee, one-on-one meetings. Now you're going to look at this and keep referring back to this list. Maybe you made this list when you started your business. Maybe you have all your new stars make this list. Go back and grab out your list. This should be something that you're revising every month or so. Adding new people to it, crossing out the ones that you've talked to, and continually adding to your list. As you're enrolling people, you're enrolling them in their friend circles. So you want to grab those circles and get them into your time. So if you feel like you've killed your warm market, that's what you can do. I assure you that you've never killed your warm market, really. But invite your current members to host classes for you. When you're asking them to host a class, you're tapping into a whole new friend circle. If your friends aren't interested, ask them for referrals. And then when you're scheduling your time, follow up with these referrals. Call them, invite them to classes, send them a message, introduce yourself, tell them who you are, how they may know you, and then invite them. So I suggest that this morning you sit down and take 10 minutes. Look at where you spend your time. Look at your time spent on social media, watching TV, sleeping in. That extra half hour on Saturdays could be used for your business. So they're not helping you to get to the next level. Find ways to condense them or eliminate them. Not forever, but just for now. A key to success in any business is having a daily method of operation. So these are the steps that are done daily to reap huge results. So your agenda for every day, for a growing business, I would say number one is personal growth. Invest in yourself by reading books, watching videos, and attending classes or events to help you grow yourself each day. Don't spend too much time on this though. You do not have to be an expert, and make sure you're telling your members this. They don't have to know everything about oils. They don't have to have a certification in order to get started using the oils and sharing the oils. Let them get started and learn along the way. Just tell them 15 minutes every day. Open up a book, read something, read a chapter, and move on. Next is finding new prospects. Every day you should be searching for new prospects. Intentionally set out to meet people. Pour value into their lives, invite them to your classes, share samples, and share testimonials. The third thing you should do every day is follow-up calls. So respond to messages that you've gotten, check back with those who you've shared with or you've given samples to, check back with those who have attended classes. You know, you need to get like 8 no's, 9 no's before somebody says yes sometimes. So as annoying as it may sound, just follow up with them. Show them that you care. Schedule appointments with them, but these follow-up calls need to be part of your business every day. Care calls too. Check in with your team members, see how you can help them. Check in with people that you've already talked to again. Let them know if they're missing out on anything. Check and make sure that they're not missing out on a bonus check this month. Check that they're not missing out on their ER, and make sure they know of your upcoming classes and workshops. And number 5 is meetings. Schedule, invite, and attend meetings. So, a fun thing to try, like I said before, set a timer. Give yourself a half hour, set the timer, and go to work. Make your calls, do what you need to do, but make sure that they are all income-producing activities. When the time is up, stop and reflect on how much you were actually able to accomplish. During 15 minutes, if you are working through, you'll be amazed at how much you can get done. So now it's your turn. For the day today, I want you to show us your calendar for the month. Be real. Show us how much you're scheduling in your time. How much is on there? How much are you hustling towards your dreams? How much time can you eliminate from your day that you could be dedicating to your business? Have a great day.